most mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, shit, I know it's been a long weekend. You probably consumed some adult beverages, a little bit of the last night after, a tough loss. So let me give you some simple directions. It's just down the street. Past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar. Mostly he's a man of commerce. Slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, a cool breeze will hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core, and you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And as it is every Monday, it's, well, we didn't know what the hell to call it. So we just called it Misfit Monday Night Misfit Madness. And we just get into all kinds of nonsense because coming out of Monday, coming out of the weekend, which was week 12, we got all kinds of stuff going on, and I can't get into it all myself because there's so much bullshit. So I gotta have somebody to help sift through all this bullshit. So Big L joins me.
Hola, bitches. That's hello in Mexican.
He's bilingual too. Bilingual. Big L.
Because, the whole Ebonics thing didn't work out, so I had to go ahead and get that, switched up. How y'all doing out there? I did it. Hey.
Oops, he did it again.
Be on notice. Y'all bitches. Be on notice.
So.
I brought my friend with me. I got my pointer back. Keep fucking around.
Easy now.
Watching y'all.
Easy now. What's up?
Don't make the Empire show up on you, motherfuckers.
All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to get into. Before we get into all that was Week 12, because there's a lot to get into, I want to touch on probably the hottest thing that came out of the Week 12 loss, and that was probably the news that broke this afternoon about our...
Literally.
Yeah, literally broke in his little fucking bird chest. Hunter Renfrow, our wide receiver, number 5 pick, 149 overall out of Clemson. All he does is make big catches. All he did in college was make big catches for Deshaun Watson. And then he's been doing that for Derek Carr. But, man, he had the drop that killed the drive early, and then the next one in the second quarter, which literally killed his season.
Oops! Damn it!
So, it's a tough loss.
Yeah.
Then it's ruptured lung. It's a fractured rib. It's done for the season.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a great rookie year.
It was a great rookie year, but you don't want that but at the end of it.
Well,
You
know how our brother loved him ribs, though.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
just sucks. It's unfortunate. I mean, you got those guys that are that size. They're quick, but man, when they take a pop, they ain't got a lot of meat on them.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, but the thing is,
we're going to talk about it on the morning show. Make sure you watch our morning show in the morning tomorrow, because a little spoiler alert, we're really going to get into it in the morning show, but there's a lot of people that were saying, that you can hang this injury on Derek Carr and the fact that he hung his boy out to dry on that play. There's a lot of...
talking about?
There was a lot of people... No, not that one.
The one where the dude, like, grabbed him by the...
The one where he got fucking pile drived in the back and got his fucking ribs snapped like a fucking, That one. That play.
So, more of you motherfucking veterans of the game out there with your motherfucking boiling hot takes. Damn. Shut the fuck.
Oh, Galo asked the question, and I think that's the $1 million question. Who's the next man up? You got shit that it's getting slim pickings, man. Zay Jones played slot in college. Gruden even talked about it in the press conference, but he's gonna have to slide. He's your 2. He's basically your 2. Tyrell Williams is masquerading as a 1.
Dude, I say we go to a double tight and Tyrell Williams just let that motherfucker be a sexy motherfucker over the bench.
I've been talking about it for weeks, the lack of us having a true number one wide receiver, and you come in, walking in, everybody knowing you shit. They know you game plan. They know you ain't packing when you're walking in the door,
With Tyrell Williams as your number 1.
Yeah, they know.
They come in giggling.
They know what you're holding, so you come in and look what happens, man. When you've got a true number 1 on the other side, like you've got Jamal Adams.
I agree with you, Kellen.
You've got they have solid cornerbacks. So when the number 1 is now looking across and he's like, that's the best I've got to cover all game? Well, shit, my number 2 can cover that. Well, now you've got a number 1 that's roaming around and you don't know where the fuck he's going to be half the time. So guess what? He ends up, they crash down on Renfrow when Carr thought he had a good matchup.
And then they took Carrier away. Or not Carrier,
Waller,
yeah. Then they took him away when they got rid of Renfrow, his 2 primary receivers.
That's what I'm saying. It makes it easier on the defense and harder on our offense to execute and do anything when, Steven says run the ball. But what happens when you can't run the ball and you need to throw the ball to now set up the run? Because there are times in a game where you need to throw to set up your run. You can't just run all the fucking time. Then it becomes predictable. Now they start run blitzing. And if they know you're going to run every time, they'll start taking that away. You got to have a good mixture, man.
Yeah, and then everybody throw the ball deep to fucking who?
To who? Exactly.
Who's going to get deep for him to throw the fucking ball to?
Who's his key number 1, man? Tyrell Williams, how many times in the last 2 or 3 games has failed him in key situations?
He'd drop his balls if they weren't attached to him.
He's not your number one. He's not your go-to guy that your quarterback can lean on and rely on.
No.
So
you can rely on him fucking off 3 out of every 5 passes.
He'd been going to Renfro, man. 3rd and Renfro. Every time it was getting 3rd, he was looking for Renfro. Now you've taken him out. So you've plucked him out. Now you've got everybody's freaking little darling from Hard Knocks, Keelan Doss. Oh, now we're going to get to see Doss. Finally, we're going to see Doss. What's the reason you hadn't seen fucking Doss? He went to a practice squad because nobody wanted him. We had to go pick him back up off another team.
Because he knew our system and we needed him immediately.
Yeah, it was just, he was a good fill-in because of what happened with Antonio Brown. So we drug him back in. But nobody else was beating the door down to fucking bring Keelan Dawson. There's a reason for
lack
that.
of D, here we go again with one of these motherfuckers.
The what? The lack of D?
The lack of D. Bitch.
The D's been one of the bright shining spots.
Yesterday.
Man, I swear, man, some of you are like
the lack of
Janet
D.
Jackson.
Who was
what
the
have you done
fucking
for me
league
lately,
defensive player of the week last week? What team did he play for?
Yeah, Crosby still. I don't give a fuck what they say. He had 2 sacks. One of them didn't count. Only because the refs are fucking asinine.
Yeah,
I
agree with you, Tavita. The zone coverage shit, but the last 2 weeks we were playing a hybrid man.
The Jets aren't as bad as everybody wants to make them out to be. This isn't the same team that it was the last couple of years. This is a rookie quarterback with Le'Veon Bell. Darnold was out almost the whole first half of the season. He's just now come back in. Of course, they were losing without him, but now he's back and they've won a few. So they're not as bad a team as everybody says they are, and it's not as bad a loss as everybody wants to make it out to be. I seen the fucking rubber tread starting to come off in the first half, L. I even looked at Junior and I was like, man, I've seen this fucking story play out a fucking million times. You could just start to see nothing was going our way. Nothing was going our way. You had the drop, then you had another drop, then you had a missed kick, and
then
you had this stupid-ass penalty that gave him a touchdown where we actually had a stop and a sack there. You look like we were starting to get something going, and then like, oh, flag, you motherfucker. You know, a flag for what? We got flagged because our offensive line sucked on that particular play, so we got flagged for that? That's all I saw. I didn't quite understand that one. But
there were like, and it wasn't just our game. It was league-wide that they were screwing people.
Oh, it's been league-wide all season, man. They've been fucking hot garbage.
But it's like we never avoid getting just like can-railed. We don't even get a kiss when we get fucked.
No. I don't even get a mint on the table on the way out. It's fucking bullshit.
And that long Jets drive should have been ended.
I will say, though, on the play that we were talking about that began all this bullshit, that people were saying hung Carr out to dry, was 100% pass interference. When they even went back and looked at it, the guy hits Renfro before the ball even gets there. Cracks his fucking rib like a fucking chicken bone before the ball even gets there. There was already bones breaking. So how they didn't throw a flag on that, I have no fucking idea. But the officiating this league as a whole has just been hot garbage. Really, really has been hot garbage. It's been fucking...
And my favorite lip reading of the day was when Gruden was so hesitant to throw the challenge flag.
And
he kept
on the fourth
down.
Yeah,
and he's like, are you fucking sure?
Are you fucking sure? The shitty thing is, I think he had it the play before that, man. I swear Josh Jacobs had it. He was closer.
No, I was talking about the one where we won. And Gruden was like, and then he throws it, and you could read his lips, and he says, you fuckers better be right.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But somebody asked, who's the next man up, man? When you're looking at our wide receiver core right now, you got Tyrell Williams, Trevor Davis, and Zay Jones. Those are your top 3. You got Keelan Dawson, Marcel Aitman swinging out there in the wind as you're basically to fill in for them. Man, that's really all you got. That's what you're rolling with. I mean, Dwayne Harris is even put in the fucking stable because he's IR'd now.
Because, I mean, for me, I would either say Zay Jones or Carrier because they're used to working inside.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting going forward. It really is. We're really taking a hit at wide receiver, especially no number 1. No, we don't have that. Who are we stretching the field with at this point?
That's the thing.
Trevor Davis is all we got, man. At this point, that's got the wheels out there.
And if we trusted him, he'd be incorporated in the offense.
Yeah, there's a reason.
I agree, Steven. Going 2 tight ends. But that would require
it's not dynamic,
a Renfro.
Man. It's not
dynamic. Require a Renfro type.
But let me say this: everybody wants to talk about how great the offensive line is. The last 2 weeks, the offensive line has allowed a lot of action on Carr, and this week they didn't do that great, and they've all been there, man. We've got all 5 of them that have been up front pretty much the last 2 games, and there's.
I wonder if
they're
something's
sputtering
wrong
a little
with
bit,
Hudson,
man,
because he's gotten whipped a couple of times.
Yeah, he did a little bit. That's for sure. Now,
Steven, we scare the shit out of a lot of teams. Yeah, look for the shit stains in the Chiefs' defense next week.
It's an up and down season, man. It is that way across the league. Yeah, shit. What a week or two ago, everybody was shitting on the Texans because they went out and looked like fucking ass against the Ravens, and then they come out and they piss pound somebody. So it's up and down with everybody. The Falcons look like something one week, and then they come out and lose to the fucking Bucks. All of a sudden they had everybody talking about them, and then they lose. So
speaking of piss pound, the Rams are taking about a 12-incher Olympic to the skull right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So it's just one of those seasons. It's just one of those seasons. So as high as everybody in Raider Nation was, because Raider Nation has been running with this social media gig for a while here. The nation's a little bipolar, man. We're up and down, man. We got extreme highs and extreme lows, and so everybody was riding, three in a row. Everybody's losing their fucking mind. And so now you lose one, and everybody's ready. They're ready to walk the plank, jump off the fucking ship. They don't know what's going on. Ready to fire somebody. People are talking about trading Carr. We need cars
again.
Like, good God, are you fucking
trading
kidding me?
for who? Mariota?
You guys were fucking diddling his balls after the 3-game winning streak, and now you're ready to fucking throw him over the fucking boat. It's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. So now I was like, you know what? I'm going to capture this. So I threw a poll up on Raider Reaction, and I asked, do you think after coming out of the Week 12 loss, the Raiders will beat the Chiefs next Sunday?
Yes.
Very simple question. Yes or no? And I threw it up last night. So the poll's basically ending now. I think it ends at 11 o'clock. But coming in, there's around 1,000.
Yeah, they are, Heath.
Around 1,000 votes cast. And it's all, 100% Raider fans from across the country. We scattered the poll through groups, all of the major groups, all of the major Raider groups on the page, on both the pages. We scattered it all over the place. So I would say it's a pretty fair cross-section, pretty fair sampling about how Raider Nation feels coming into this game. 62% feel that we will beat KC. 62%. Yes. If I would have asked that question last week, I fucking guarantee it's a hell of a lot more than 62%.
And yeah, we need a better backup quarterback than Mike fucking Glennon.
Oh man,
dude, that was
bad.
I couldn't do anything but laugh.
Oh man, he comes in and it's like I heard the Three Stooges music playing in the background, man. It's Jesus Christ! I was waiting for fucking Mo to pop up and fucking right in the fucking eyes. My God, it was terrible.
That shit was so funny though, because did you see? When they went to commercial, they showed a Gruden side view.
Oh yeah.
Again, lip reader. He's yelling at Glennon. It's not that fucking cold, Mike. Yeah. It's not that fucking cold, Mike.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
I love our coach.
That motherfucker looks like a retarded deer on ice. I swear to God. Oh my God. And with some sort of mix of ET in there, because I don't know where
it's
that
a combo.
He
sucks
from.
And it was cold. But it wasn't that fucking cold.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ariel, what's going on, my man?
Oh, terrible, terrible. What's up, everybody? But it's time for a little shameless plug here. If you haven't checked us out here every single night, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, the official Raider Reaction webcast, Monday through Friday, right here. Starts off with Monday Night Misfit Madness. Then we got the Raider Nation Report with me. Prime joins me on Wednesday. Thursday, we never know what the fuck doing on Thursday. Last week, I took calls like a crazy man. Just opened up the line. That was badass. And then Friday, of course, is Black Friday. And then, of course, we got our game day activities and all that. But same Raider time, same Raider channel here every night. 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. But now, Every single fucking morning, the Raider Reaction Morning Show kicks off your morning with a slice of silver and black awesomeness at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. So basically just every 12 hours on your weekday, you got a slice of live Raider Reaction, silver and black awesomeness. And man, the morning show has been popping. It wasn't
me, Leslie.
It's been trending on some timelines and shit. The morning show is popping. It premieres live at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern every freaking morning. And I'll tell you what, man, tomorrow's morning show is straight fire. If you didn't catch this morning's morning show, you need to go back and watch it. It's got all the footage from KD Raider, who was live at all of the Raider parties this weekend.
And we have our own guy on the 7 Seas.
Yes, we do. I'm just telling you. All of the hype team is involved. It ain't just me and the normal regular guys that you see that help me host the shows in the evening, Big L and Prime. It's all of the hype team is contributing to the morning show. So make sure you check it out. Little slice of silver and black awesomeness to start your day. So let's get to it, man. Our Week 12 recap, Big L. I mean,
why?
Because we have to. We've got to put it to bed. We've got to bury it and before we move on. Mad Max,
if we're going to put it to bed,
still performed, I guess.
Well, there should have been two.
There should have been two. Carr was still accurate at the beginning of the game, man. Those two drives with the two drops, you had a chance to have 14 points. You come away with 3. You know, at some point, I don't know what you got to do, man. He can only do so much, and when you those were third down catches, man, and they were fucking open. They were there. They were uncontested.
And Williams's was absolutely,
he was completely wide
fucking forgivable.
Yes, Williams's really was unforgivable. It really was. Renfro's, he drove it in there on him. It got into his body and it fucking bounced off. I get it, but still, you're paid a lot of fucking money and you got one goddamn job, man, and that's to catch the motherfucking ball. If it hit you in the hands, you should have caught it. Hit you in the hands, you should have caught it. I'm sorry. I tell my fucking Little League kids that. Hit you in the hands, you should have caught it. Yeah. And they ain't getting paid.
My mother dropped the ball once.
Once! Fucking asshole.
You summon them bastards.
He does. He has. That's a fair analogy, Brian. He has a sack of potatoes for weapons. He really does. And here's the thing, man. Josh Jacobs is great and all, but when you start to go up against a run defense like the Jets had, they got a stout run D. And
damn it,
Leslie. What days, Leslie? Days. It's literally been. God, Leslie.
Hey, baby.
Good Lord. Good Lord, Leslie. Look what you've done. Damn it. I gotta deal with that the rest of the fucking evening. Way to go. Way to go. This is what happens when we play with Dark Forces. So, Josh Jacobs becomes less of an effective weapon when you don't have a fucking passing game. When you can't stretch the field to make anybody respect your passing game at all, they can start to key on your run. They can start to run blitz. They can start to do different things because who are they going to respect? Who's the... Let me ask you a question, Big L. Say you're a defensive coordinator on the opposing team coming in. Who's the player in the passing game that scares you on the Raiders? That you're so terrified that you have to game plan your number one to cover them and shadow them the entire game. Who is that? I'm curious.
If there was anybody, I mean, I would definitely put a shadow on Waller. Everybody else, fuck it.
But you can cover him.
My zone doesn't go deeper.
You ain't got to cover him
yards.
with your number one, though.
Well, if my number one's available,
if your number exactly
the best receiver you have is fucking Williams.
Thank you. So
there
now,
is absolutely no need to waste your number. Your number one basically becomes a free safety. He's just a floater. He's a fluffer.
Typically, your number two would be covering Ty Williams anyway. So now you've got a number one who can bounce around and do things that just allows you so much to do. And a lot of liberty on defense, man.
You know what Adams did yesterday?
Oh, it's going to be cold and a chance of snow. I think I saw 38 degrees in snow for this Sundays for Gala, who asked about the weather in KC.
It made me miss.
And yes,
Abrams so much.
It makes me cry too. No, it's going to snow.
Because what Adams did to us is what Abram will do all next year.
It's
as long as he's not. That's how a safety takes over a defense.
Mm-hmm. It is. I agree with Ariel 100%, man. I'm happy with the foundation and the things that we've done. And I tell you what, one of our other members of the hype team, Raider Lines, threw up a great post earlier. And, I can't quote it fucking verbatim because, it was awful goddamn long and I'm no fucking savant. But the gist of it was, if I told you coming into the season that, you'd still be relevant after week 12, you'd be 6-5. You'd be right in the middle of the wild card. You'd be one game out of first place. Your left tackle was protecting Carr's blind side. Your offensive line was working out. The incognito deal worked out. I mean, all this list of shit. If I'd have told you all that before the season, that we'd give you all of that and spot you in week 13 against the Chiefs, and you had to have a chance, if you beat them, you're tied for first. If we spotted you that at the beginning of preseason, you wouldn't take that? Of course you'd take that. 150% of you would fucking take that.
But you know what we had to take?
Yeah.
We should have never signed Incognito. Carr sucks. Trade him. We're fucked. Yeah, our defense. That's what the fuck we had to listen to.
Trade Carr shit all over.
Fake bitch-ass motherfuckers. I could not
believe that you were throwing this on Carr. How the fuck can you throw this on Carr? Because he had the one interception. The one interception that was popped up and the guy made an amazing one-handed stab to make the pick. I mean, that's the one you're going to hang on him? Seriously? The guy was trying to shove the ball in there because his receivers were dropping them all over. And then now you take the running game out because you're down, L. And now you don't run the ball anymore. So now what? Now they're keying on our fucking our
they
talentless
didn't even
wide
bother to show the
core.
fact that the dude was on his back like he was fucking a cowboy.
Yeah, God. So now you got no running game. Jacobs can't help take any of the pressure off, and now they're keying on our skeleton curve wide receivers. And so that's how you end up. I seen it happening early that this game was just gonna get away.
This was the fucking trap game. Because now Darnold is at like game 4 of his season. I mean,
I don't even know if I call it a trap game, L, because this team, I don't think this team's ready for a trap game. I just think I don't even think they look past the Jets. Well, it was just one of those games where it just started to unravel, and the bad mojo just kept going, and you just couldn't get it stopped.
Well,
there's a reason Gruden pulled Jacobs and Carr and fucking in there. There was still time still on the clock in the third, I think.
No, I'm not doing the chunky shuffle.
And there's a reason they got pulled, because he saw it too. The game just couldn't get over fast enough. It was over, man. You weren't going to come back. The wheels had
fake
come
ass claim jumping
off.
Bitch motherfuckers. He pulled him. He pulled him.
He didn't pull him.
No, he took him out of the game to keep him healthy. Remember the last time somebody left that motherfucker in when he didn't need to be in?
No,
his leg got snapped.
There was no reason to leave him. That's why Jacobs went with him as a pair. Why leave either one of them in there? Fucking go run D-Wash and Richard. Get them some miles and some reps and get the hell out of here healthy.
We
lost Renfro, man. That sucks. Yeah. That sucks.
Given the fact that I'm a Navy vet, I'm not gonna put a name on the branch, but there's a reason why a certain branch always goes first. They're expendable. That's why they don't teach them shit.
Well, no. But
just bullshitting. We all are valuable. It's just that was my Navy thing, just fucking around.
It's a tough loss. It's a tough loss, and it is what it is. So let's move on. But before that, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Check out our website, ReACTION.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, ReACTION Webcast, and of course, like, follow, and help us share this page. And our other page, the Commish, check that out as well, because that's just it's like a little alternate universe where
I agree with you, Ariel, and Billy. I agree with you too.
He did. Billy, check out our morning show tomorrow, man. We've got a whole segment in the morning show tomorrow about did Carr hang his wide receiver out? We go back to the clip and we slow it down. We really check it out. Whether you think it's pass interference, whether you think it's did he hang him out, man? I can see both sides of the argument. We really break it down and we bring the clips in for the morning show in the morning. So make sure you guys check that out. Shameless plug there. Shameless plug, but you know. Fuck it.
It was an honor, Steve.
Shameless? Ain't no shame in my game.
Nah.
None.
It's not shameless.
All right. That leaves us with the big question. Where the hell does that leave us in the playoff race and the AFC West after we take it on the chin? Everybody lost their mind. Big L, I've seen people say so much as, there goes the season. One game out of first, and we play the team that's in first. How the fuck there goes the season after losing to the Jets? I don't understand that one. You're a special kind of retarded, whoever the hell was running with that.
Well,
but
probably because they moved to the left on the couch.
Let me,
and it altered an ass cheek or something, and so
stretch over you there.
Was crooked.
All right. Looking at the standings currently,
the fuck,
we have a strict no nipple policy at RAIDER ReACTION. That was one of our first standing rules. Bring the fire and the no nipple policy. That's rule number 2. Come on now, that's old school. Easy now, easy now.
Oh well. Hey, rent's due, dude.
Unless
Cash App.
He may have pasties on.
Cash
If
App.
that's the case, then we'll let it roll. But
Cash App. I got you.
You got spinners?
Huh? Oh man, look.
No.
I got spinners, hydraulics, all that. Hit my Cash App.
We all know where we're at in the AFC West. You win this game, you're in. The Chiefs, next game after us, they got to go on the road and play the Patriots. We go home to play the Titans. But when you're looking wild card wise, and I've been saying it for weeks, Al, we looked at the Bills' schedule. They got nobody. They're going to get that first wild card. Yeah. I'm telling you. They won again this week. They're sitting at 8-3. They're getting the first wild card.
Bottom line, for the simple fact that we've said it about the fucking Patriots forever.
They don't play anybody the rest of this season.
The Bills being in the East is benefiting them. Because
they're going to get enough. They only need 2 more.
Yeah.
And they're going to get in. So,
I mean,
the Bills are in.
So they play the Mullets and the Jets.
So you've got one spot you're fighting with. And right now, there are 4 teams sitting at 6-5 that are not currently sitting in the first place in their division. And that is the Colts at 6-5, who we have a win over. The Steelers at 6-5. And who is the other one? Oh, the Titans at 6-5, who we're getting ready to play after we play the Chiefs. So these next 2 weeks, man, are fucking huge in the pedigree for what we've got going on. You've got the Browns that are still in there at 5-6. They are not out of the equation, depending on what shakes out these last few weeks if they continue to stay hot. They are not out of it. They've won 3 in a row, and they're not out of the conversation either, but they're really the only other team that I can stick in it, El. They're really in it when you look across there. Well, there's nobody else. The Jags are 4-7. They're out.
The Jags
you can't
done.
count the Jags for sure.
Jags are done.
The Jets have won 3 in a row.
Slap yourself for thinking the Jets are going to do anything other than
the Jets are still 4-7. They're not coming back in it. So the only other team that's on the bubble that's still in the conversation is the Browns, who are surging. But at 5-6, you're chasing 6-5 teams. You're still 1 game behind them. But a lot of these teams are going to fall. Like I said, the Titans and Raiders play over the course of the next couple weeks. The Raiders and the Chiefs play.
And when you really look at it, look, right now, we are a half game out, given the fact that we are tied with Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has the last spot.
It's very interesting, and it's going to come down to but we've got to win some games, man. And the reality of the match, which I don't understand why everybody's losing their mind about the Jets game, because nobody thought the Raiders were going to win out. I don't have them picked to win out. You don't have them picked to win out. No. Nobody has them picked to win out. Tell you what, nobody in the fucking league is going to win out from here on out. There's a good possibility of that. Maybe 1 or 2 teams at most.
If we win the next 2 games, we will win out.
I wouldn't even say that, El. I don't even know if I'd say that.
That's
if we win the next 2, Chiefs, Titans, you still got the Jags, and you got the on the road at the Chargers, which is basically a home game, and you got at the Broncos. Those 2 games at the end, and when we look at my prediction, that's why I think I have it winning those last 3 games.
but
I
have
see
us
where
losing the next two.
I have us. Yeah, that was my preseason predictions, but things
I
have changed a little since. But I've been more looking record-wise where I thought we were as I was moving along, because it's went up and down with where I thought we were. But these last two games worry me a little bit, because I think I agree with you. There is a possibility if we win these next couple of games, we're gonna hit cruise control mode at some point at the end of the season, and I think we're gonna let our guard down a little bit and catch one on the chin and lose some stupid game like at Denver that you shouldn't lose.
No, that's not happening.
I would certainly hope not, but
I honestly think 10-6 will get you in the playoffs.
oh, 10-6 gets you in. Oh, 10 gets you in 100%. 10 will get you in. I think 9-7 possibly could get one team in this year. If it continues to jockey the way it is, and you see the 6-5 continue, to turn into a 7-6, to an 8-7, and work your way up, it could, man.
The only team right now that's tied with or behind us that could take us is Pittsburgh. We control our own destiny, because even if we lose next week, we get the Titans and can take them down, and then it's up to us the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with Billy, kind of, and that's my line of thinking on the Chargers and the Broncos. They're both divisional. They're both on the road, and as much as I want to say, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, we always typically have trouble with the Chargers, man. Rivers, for some reason, always
we have trouble with the Sparklers.
Yeah, we just do. It just is what it is. So I'm not counting those either. They're always divisional. The Jaguars are on the way down, but the Titans, man, the Titans are looking like something, man. The Titans, with Tannehill at the helm, though, they're.
Well, but then Tannehill is playing with a better team.
Tannehill's playing with a better team, and they're a run-heavy team. They're a little built like us, and Tannehill's, I could almost make the argument he's got better weapons than Carr.
Oh, you don't have to almost. He does.
His wide receivers, they got more talent. They can spread the field. He's got a guy that can stretch the ball.
I was going to say, he has two receivers with speed.
They've got some guys. So if Henry can pound the rock, and they can get into the playoffs, they can make some noise, man. Teams that can run the ball in playoff football, cold weather football, especially in the AFC, when you know you're going to have to go to New England, you know you're going to have to go to Kansas City, you're going to play in shitty weather. A Derrick Henry running team can...
And that's the other thing for all those, we need to throw the ball, we need to throw the ball, we need to throw the ball. Baltimore, they average 202 yards running and 225 passing.
Balance, man. Balance. Yeah, our wide receiver court is
horrible,
beat up from the feet up right now, man. It is not good. You've got Davis, Zay Jones, Tyrell Williams, Marcel Aitman, and Keelan Doss.
Do we have any on the practice squad?
Not anybody that's really worth a shit.
It sucks.
It's really bad. Hold on, let me check.
Hey, the Grey Cup is over. Maybe we can go snatch something out of Canada.
Go purge some XFL rosters.
Hey, that's where they got Ernest Givens.
Yes. Oh, let's see. Who do we got on the practice squad? You can pluck from. Oh, well, you've got Anthony Ratliff Williams.
Okay, so who's a free agent?
How's that tickle your fancy? Yeah. Okay. So, unless you want to go call up Des Bryant, see if Terrell Owens still feels like he can catch a ball, or Ocho Cinco, you're probably... It's not a lot out there, man. There ain't a lot out there.
Jesus.
It's brutal, man.
Our practice squad looks terrible.
Yeah, our practice squad isn't that great. It's not the best. But what's even worse is when you look at our wide receivers and who we've got left. There just ain't nobody. It's a mash unit, man. It's not good.
Zay Jones.
And the fact we don't have a number one, we got a number two. Now we didn't got a number three really, and it's
Dawson 8, man.
Everybody's playing plugged in a different spot than they should be at. It's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing. But you got to keep fighting with what you got, and we still got a team, man.
In the slot. He's big, he's ugly, and for a slot man, he's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be shit. He'd be hell for a linebacker.
Aitman and Doss, man, you're definitely gonna see Aitman and Doss. You're gonna get to see a lot more of them. I would say here over the course going forward. Doss is he's next man up.
Call Jerry Porter from the XFL.
Oh, Jesus, the XFL. What a pile of shit that thing's gonna be.
I was gonna say if Jerry Porter's actually on the team, then
in your irrelevant news of the day, Marquette Queen got him a job. Did you see that, Al? He's kicking for the fucking Battlehawks, I think. The St. Louis Battlehawks.
St. Louis sniveling bitches.
St. Louis doesn't have anything else, so the XFL's like, we'll come in there because they're over in the corner still crying over losing the Rams. So we'll swoop in and try to mend their wounds.
Here's something to distract you.
Here, have this shiny little thing to play with for about fucking 2 seconds. It's
pay him and go toofuses.
This is a prime example of what being a big mouth diva douchebag will get you. It's the Marquette King story. He was the biggest thing since sliced bread that you'd seen at a punter, man. It was all excited. And then he thought he wanted to be a social media star and everything else on top of it. And then he got distracted from what he was doing. He started getting these stupid penalties. He became a distraction at punter. And I ask you, how many of the 32 punters in this league do you people know besides the one on your team? Have you ever heard them talk? Have you ever heard them say anything? You should never hear from your fucking punter. They're a non-contact position that comes out there for a handful of plays. They don't win games for you. They could maybe lose one, but they typically don't win games for you. They help you out along the course of the game with field position and what have you. But you're a fucking punter. You should never get a flag. You should kick and walk the fuck off the field. Go sit back on the bench and wait hopefully for you never to be needed again.
Hi, Becky.
Because when we need you, quite frankly, it's a bad thing. So we should never see you. Because when you're out there, it's bad. So you should just do your bad duty and go back to the bench. But you didn't shut the fuck up. So, do you realize, Big Al, that they have a special salary rate in the XFL for quarterbacks. And the quarterbacks are paid okay because they're trying to draw them in because you got to have some sort of talent under center.
I'll keep the and then the next tier.
The next tier is every fucking buddy else. That's just
which is
one
right
lump
about here.
Which is one lump. And for one season, XFL players, they say, with bonuses, mind you, you get more money if you win than if you lose in the XFL per week. Yeah, game bonuses for winning. You're going to make $35,000 to just over $50,000 a year. There's already been several players who were drafted by the XFL said, no thank you, I'll continue working the job in my career field for the diploma I got in college and put my body through what you're asking me to do for basically minimum fucking wage. Thank you. So, 35 to like 52,000 is what the average is going to be. How much you think a punter makes in the XFL for the Battlehawks? I'm sure it's way at the bottom of that. Way at the bottom of that spectrum. So, a guy that was getting paid 7 figures to kick a ball, what, maybe 5 times a game? For 16 games a year. Now, you're making as much as a fucking goddamn Burger King manager. Played for the Battlehawks. And you wanted to talk shit when you were a donkey. You wanted to talk shit when you were a donkey. You ignorant ass, stupid motherfucker.
Disclaimer. Nothing against you fine, hardworking Burger King managers out there.
Oh, no. If you're a manager of Burger King, but you're not laying your body on the line. Physically.
Neither is a fucking punter.
This is true.
He shoots, he scores!
This is true. This is true. So, in your irrelevant news of the day, Marquette Queen has a job again.
Fucking Burger King managers, dude.
Steven's like, fuck it, they make more probably. He's like,
I'm easily entertained, never mind.
and you know what? Brian throws it out there, and I don't know if I don't give Michael Crabtree a call at this point in the game.
Look, at least we can count on him catching one every 4.
Dude,
or 4 out of every 1.
He's not a speedster, but you know what he is? He's a great route runner, and he has amazing hands. And at some point...
He has better hands than fucking Williams.
Oh, man.
To me, he's like, take a pay cut or you're gone.
Yeah, that guy, I don't know what kind of stance that guy's going to have in the offseason, you know? You better come knocking lightly for the, on that when it, you know, come talking contract time.
That exit interview, that motherfucker better come crawling into Mayock's office.
You know, I don't know if
lips.
I wouldn't consider taking a flyer on King Crab at this time of the year. You could get him for little or nothing. I mean, what would you have to pay him? I mean, he's going to come in
for the last quarter of the season and whatever playoff bonuses come through.
Yeah, I don't know what if you would have to inherit the contract. Was he just straight up released? Is he?
Yeah, he was released.
Yeah,
There's
so
no contract.
Yeah, he's out there. He's free swinging. So shit, I could think you.
No, Michael Crab got cut.
He got cut from them. I don't think anybody picked him up. I don't think anybody picked him up after the Cardinals released him. I think he's still out there flapping around. I don't believe anybody scooped him up. But
We are the
interesting. It's interesting, but losing Renfro, man, it's a tough blow. It's a tough blow. It's a tough blow. So
Yeah.
looking ahead, you gotta look on the horizon, man. We're going to Kansas City. They're saying snow, 38 degrees for a high. It's not going to be good weather. It's going to be cold.
Is better built for it than theirs is.
That's what I'm saying. And everybody's like, oh, well, it's Kansas City. They're used to it. How many fucking games have you seen this season the Chiefs play in the fucking snow? I haven't seen any. They're not used to it yet either. So if they got to go in there and I said it last night, and I'm sick of fucking hearing it. You think we could beat the Chiefs? We couldn't beat the Jets? You think that... Yes! Who the fuck are the Chiefs, man? What have the Chiefs done that everybody now wants to stick them up on this fucking pedestal? Like there's something we should be worried about. Like there's some juggernaut. Because Mahomes had a good year last year and they stuck him on the cover of Madden. He's done nothing but lost talent on both sides of the ball around him since then. They are not what they are. Everybody thinks they are.
I was going to say, Billy, I don't know. It's early, but the obvious receiver, linebacker, corner.
What direction do we feel we go in the draft? Oh, 100%. Number 1, our first overall pick, wide receiver. Without a doubt.
The Bears pick.
We're going with the best wide receiver on the board. No way. Wide receiver. Wide receiver. There are, I've looked across the free agents that are out there next year. There's nobody out there that gives you nobody that gets you excited about. There's nobody out there. You learned last year you don't want somebody else's retread number 1 trying to come in. No. We learned that lesson. We've got to go out in the draft and we've got to try to find that number 1.
But you got to
find that number 1
in free agency. You go find a stopgap.
You have to. Derek Carr and the growth of Derek Carr and his career is riding on the fact that you find him and pair him with a number 1 wide receiver.
Because
every great quarterback needs that. Every fucking one.
That this offense, when he's been here, clicked was when Amari Cooper gave a shit.
When Cooper was clicking and Crabtree was on the other side and you had a solid number 2, when he had a number 1 and a number 2, he was unstoppable. You give him somebody that he can trust every fucking time and you watch him blossom, man. He has the talent. Has he not showed you by the insane completion percentage? He's deadly accurate. If they're open, they'll give him the ball. He'll get them the ball. He's got to catch the motherfucker, man. He needs that guy. We thought it was Cooper. They tried to get Cooper for him. It was a miss with Cooper. It was a miss. And look what he did yesterday. For those of you that keep wanting to fucking throw that fucking card up. That guy did nothing. He didn't catch a single ball yesterday, man.
Amari Skeeter.
He was absent. He's like he didn't even show up.
And as far as wideouts go, I mean, there's a shitload of them in college right now.
Yeah, you can find a guy, man. You've got to go and you've got to comb. You've got to comb and you've got to find that guy,
Yeah.
man. That guy is out there. There's a guy like that in every draft. You've got to go out there and find a guy. There's somebody that you can bring in that's going to be a number one, but it's going to take Mayock, it's going to take Gruden, it's going to take all the skills that they have in evaluating talent to make sure that it's the right guy.
Yeah.
And he's got to be there when we pick, too.
AJ Green, no. Because he's going to ask for too much money.
I don't know about AJ Green. I don't even have anything for that. I need breaking glass or something for that fragile motherfucker.
We don't have any.
I need breaking glass. That's a new sound effect I'm adding. Breaking glass for fragile motherfuckers like AJ Green. I need a sound effect for that.
And I don't remember who asked about
Because that just don't work.
Khalil Mack. Who gives a fuck?
That works for AJ Green. For bringing him into the silver and black, as far as I'm concerned.
And
AJ Green has been on my fantasy team. I'm in a dynasty team in the hardcore challenge, man. The pinnacle of fantasy football competition. I've been fucking with AJ Green for seasons, man.
And what has AJ Green done for him?
Jack and fucking shit. That's what AJ Green's done. He's fists me every other fucking season. He fisted me this season. I didn't even keep him. Luckily, this season, he shafted me before it was actually keeper lock time, so I was able to drop him a week prior to that and move along. But then I went and got Antonio Brown in a trade, and that worked out just about as well as AJ Green the previous 3 fucking seasons.
Oh.
He can't stay on the field. He's a talented wide receiver, but he can't stay on the field. And your number one asset as an NFL player is availability. And if you ain't available, I don't give a fuck how good you are.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
And
he's
I would
really
say
great in practice.
In the
Who
middle
the
rounds
fuck
this
cares?
year, in the middle rounds, turn Mayock loose on, well, I would say middle to late rounds. Turn Mayock loose on some interior offensive linemen. We got tackles.
We still need a linebacker in a corner, though.
I'm talking about in the late rounds. I'm
yeah,
not talking
yes.
about in the first 5. I'm talking about with the backload.
Are we talking? Well, I can't. No. We are not having draft talk.
I'm
Raider
just talking
Nation,
about-
we are not that time of the season yet. We're not that team yet. We are not the Buccaneers. We are not the Dolphins. We are not any of them shitty fucking teams that's talking about the draft already in week 13. We're talking playoffs, so fuck that. Moving on. We won't even have it. Cannot discuss draft. That's off-season shit. Our season's alive. It's week 13, Al. We're one
Raider
game
Nation.
out of the AFC West, and we play the team that's leading it this week.
The Quiche.
We're tied for the last wild card spot currently. What more do you want right now, man? Week 13. Isn't this all you want? You want your team to be in the
You want your team
conversation.
to be in the conversation.
We're
hunt,
in the conversation,
and have a
man.
reason to play.
We're in the conversation.
We're in the
This is
conversation.
all you want. This is all you
You
want.
got a reason to show up.
Every
You have
week.
a reason to be excited.
You have a reason to cheer every week. You have a reason to put your fucking game day jersey on, go hang your flag. You've got a reason to be excited
You
every
could
week.
be a Bengals fan.
You could be a Bengals fan, but, then I wouldn't have anything to fucking do with you. Because nobody likes Bengals fans.
I like them because they're funny.
Like retarded funny? Or
Like, make sure you strap that helmet up tight there, Skippy.
Loser.
yeah. Fucking Bengals. Kitty table motherfuckers. So, like I said, make
I
sure
think the
you
D
do not
coordinator's
miss
on
our
the clock.
morning show in the morning.
Do not.
We got a fire morning show.
That's right.
This last morning show, if you didn't check it out, man, you got to check it out. It was badass. And all of the footage from the on-location stuff from the New York game, all the Raider parties. Katie Raider was there holding it down for the hype team. And it was awesome. It's gotten our most views of any of our morning shows yet. And that was day 1 of week 3 of the Raider Reaction Morning Show. And we got a great one for you in the morning. So make sure you check it out. 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this page. Follow the Raider Reaction page. As well as the Commish page, too. Go check it out. It's just another place where we can talk shit. And, yeah. Leslie. Damn you, Leslie. It's been days since I hadn't seen that little bastard running around. I tell you.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
It's
He's-
the ones,
he's
the
kind
ones
of-
you think you trust.
But you
like
know what it
Leslie,
is? He's excited because of the Ravens.
I suppose. He's just got a little raven in his past there.
Blackbird.
Damn. We stay right around here. Must have been that Monday Night Football cat.
I don't know, he's scratching the Rams' ass.
The motherfucker was running. There's a cat running around the USF game this weekend. Did you see that? At Ray J. Fucking cats are everywhere. Fuck. The hell's going on around here? Thank you for joining us, as always. It's a little crazy on Monday nights in here. Tuesday night settles down. Solo show. Just me. Solid 60 minutes, and we'll talk about everything Silver and Black tomorrow for the Raider Nation Report, so make sure you tune in for that. Prime will be back Wednesday as we dive into all the games, man. We got a full slate of games for Thanksgiving Thursday, plus all the Sunday games Monday night. We got a ton to get into, and then, of course, we'll have something for Thursday night. We'll have something going down for Thursday night. And Friday will be Black Friday. But don't forget about the morning show, man. Every freaking weekday, Monday through Friday. Just like our evening show, 12 hours later.
So,
Yes.
with that being said, we love you and thank you for tuning in.
Always, man. You guys are the shit. Every member of Raider Reaction, or Raider Nation that stops in here with us at Raider Reaction, you guys are the shit. Any second you spend with us is a second you're not spending doing something else, and your time's valuable. So we appreciate you spending any time with us, man. We really do. You guys are what keep us going. Over the past 28 days, Raider Reaction has reached over 500,000 people. That is over 500,000 since we come off of our restrictions. So we are back in a vengeance. Over almost a 700% increase, like a 1,400% increase in interactions, and they tried to hold us down, but we came back swinging, motherfuckers.
Came back swinging.
Yeah. Nice try, Zuckerberg, you fucking ball-sucking bastard.
And not
we'll
a
be back
second
tomorrow.
on YouTube.
No YouTube needed. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.